Good morning, folks. My name is Curtis Chandler, president of PFL. We hope that everyone had a great weekend. The Dow closed lower on Friday of last week, down 4.81 points and down 106.64 points week over week. The S&P closed lower on Friday of last week, down 19.02 points and down 89.15 points week over week. The Nasdaq closed lower on Friday of last week and was down 144.98 points and down 717.5 points week over week. In overnight trading, Dow futures traded higher and are expected to open up this morning 18 points. Oil prices edged lower on Friday as the market weighed supply concerns from unrest in Kazakhstan and outages in Libya against U.S. jobs report that missed expectations and its potential impact on the Federal Reserve policy. WTI closed down 56 cents a barrel on Friday of last week to settle at $79.80 a barrel, but up $2.81 a barrel week over week. U.S. commercial inventories decreased by 2.1 million barrels week over week. U.S. crude inventories are 8% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Total motor gasoline inventories increased by 10.1 million barrels week over week and are 4% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Distillate fuel inventories increased by 4.4 million barrels week over week and are 16% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Propane and propylene inventories decreased by 700,000 barrels a week over week and are 7% below the 5-year average for this time of year. Propane prices were up 9 cents per gallon week over week, closing at $1.10 per gallon as cold weather hit North America with a vengeance. Oil is lower in overnight trading and WTI is poised to open down 7 cents a barrel from Friday's close. Total North American rail volumes were down 8.4% year over year in week 52, resulting in fourth quarter 2021 volumes that finished down 5% and up 4.5% year over year. 7 of 11 of AIR's major traffic areas posted declines, the largest of which was intermodal, down 13.5%. And grain was down 26.2%. The largest increase came from non-metallic minerals and ores, which was up 12.7%. North American rig count was up by 53 rigs week over week. The U.S. rig count was up by 2 rigs week over week and up by 228 rigs year over year. The U.S. currently has 588 active rigs. Canada's rig count was up by 51 rigs week over week and up by 24 rigs year over year. And Canada's overall rig count is 141 active rigs. Overall, year over year, we are up 252 rigs collectively. International rig count, which comes out monthly, was up by 17 rigs month over month and up by 169 rigs year over year. International rig count now has 834 active rigs. A few things that we are keeping an eye on. An earthquake of a magnitude of 4.5 struck Stanton in West Texas on Monday of last week. The U.S. Geological Survey reported the quake struck at a depth of 4.8 miles, the USGC said. The earthquake happened in the Permian Basin, home of the largest shale and oil gas field. This was the second strongest earthquake in West Texas in the last 10 years after a series of smaller earthquakes in recent months. The state's energy regulator, Texas Railroad Commission, in September set limits on the volume of wastewater that can be injected into empty underground storage wells. Senator Ted Cruz wants sanctions slapped on Russia on Nord Stream Line 2. See PFL's rail report for further details on what's going on with that pipeline, but interesting stuff. Under the deal, Cruz's bill, which would impose measures on the pipeline under previous mandates, would need 60 votes to pass, a hurdle in a 50-50 Senate where bipartisan is scarce. Canada's export volumes and production number surged. Crude by rail was down in October. Overall, Canada's shipments reached 4 million barrels a day, its highest volume since the start of the year, thanks in part to Enbridge Line 3 replacement project. Crude by rail, on the other hand, was down month over month and dropped from 164,000 barrels a day to roughly 132,000 barrels per day, according to Canada's energy regulator. See PFL's rail report for further details. The reading of PFL's rail report today is an absolute must. Not only do we dive into the items discussed in today's podcast, we also summarize the latest petroleum by rail numbers, talk about refinery runs, overall production and import and export numbers, and dive into the latest U.S. employment situation. Also, at the end of every month, we dive into some key economic indicators, and this month is no different. We talk about US GDP, PMI, capacity utilization, the latest unemployment rate, consumer confidence, and last but not least, consumer spending. Bottom line, a lot of great information and a lot of fancy graphs and pictures. We hope that you enjoy reading PFL's rail report today. We do it all for you folks. PFL has been extremely active in railcar storage, return on lease strategies, subleasing, mobile repair, and cleaning. Make sure you check our just posted reports at PFL Petroleum and call PFL to troubleshoot any questions or concerns that you may have. Oh, additionally, if any of our readers or listeners out there are going to be at Mars in Chicago tomorrow, I just want to let you know I'll be there, and if you want to give me a jingle, we have a table together with First Flare and Repair, which was part of a 50% acquisition PFL did just prior to the end of last year, but certainly stop by our table or give me a call on my cell at 239-405-3365. Have a great week, folks, and thanks for listening, and thanks for reading.